We started our church 8 years ago, largely at the behest of about a dozen people who just said it had to be done. And several of those people were extremely generous. They were persons of means who wanted to see a church of this sort started, and they sacrificed a lot. They made big donations for us to be able to buy a small building and to come into existence. Almost all of those people have either died or moved out of state or moved on. So a couple of years ago, it looked like we were about to have to close our church, that there simply wasn't enough resources for a liberal church to exist in one of the most conservative communities in America. Starting a church like this here in Springfield, Missouri is kind of like trying to grow tomatoes on the moon. There's just several things wrong with the environment to make it work. But we reached out to our internet audience and discovered that we had enough friends who were watching us online that they wanted to join in with us and to help support the existence of our church. I get notices every day now when someone makes a donation to the church through PayPal. I get an email about it, and I'm the one that gets the mail out of the mailbox, so when people mail checks to us. And so on a daily basis, I'm reminded that there are retired ministers all over the country that can no longer go to church because they can't find a church that they want to go to. So they consider us to be their church. There are people in Australia, in New Zealand, in South Africa, in Europe, who send small donations to us, a lot, $5 or $10 a month. But occasionally, there's a couple in Pennsylvania that sends us $500 a month. There are people in Texas, can you believe? We have supporters in Texas who give to us sacrificially. So when I travel, I try to let you know where I'm going because I like to meet our donors and friends in other communities when I'm traveling. So if you're watching this piece on the internet, let me tell you, on April 4th, I'll be in St. Louis. April 5th, I'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. April 6th, I'll be in Asheville, North Carolina. On the 7th and 8th of April, I'll be near Charleston, South Carolina. On the 9th and 10th, I'll be in Columbia. And on the 10th of April, I'm speaking at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Columbia. On the 11th, I'm in Atlanta. On April 12th, I'm in Birmingham. And April 13th, I'm in Memphis. I may as well run for president with a schedule like that. But if you heard a city name that's anywhere near you, if you'll write to me at our email address, I would love to find an opportunity to have lunch or dinner or a cup of coffee with you to get to know you, because I get these letters from you, and this fellow lives in West Virginia. He just says, "Thank you for all you do. Your outreach is a beacon of hope. Please keep up the good work. I hope to meet you one day." And Lambros, I hope to meet you too. I hope that there is a way to bring together the people that live at a great distance who make this church possible. But those of us who are here in the seated congregation can never forget that it is also our responsibility to do what we can. I'm a player. I make as large a contribution as I can. In fact, my daughter, if she had any idea how much money I gave to the church, would be really angry because she'd like to have a new car. But I think it's up to us, too, to be as sacrificial as we can be. If we say we believe in a church that promotes social justice should exist, the only way it can exist is if we can pay the overhead. So please do your part to help us be a beacon of hope to those that live at a distance and those that live in this community.